Hello there. Hello there, you crazy people with your crazy pedal boards. We're looking at a power supply again today. Not that one. This I tested a while ago. It's the 529 from Mission Engineering. Really nicely built power supply which works with a 5-volt little whatever wall wart or any kind of power bank. So you can use a power bank or whatever you use for your phone to convert the 5-volt into 9-volt. And then you have 4 outputs with 150 and 1 output with 500 milliamps. It works. It's for a smaller board. Yes, you can daisy chain a little bit. You have to be careful with digital pedals, especially when you're using 2 of these, which works. But again, depending on the pedals, there can be problems. But it's a good product. I think at $180 or 179 in Germany, it's for what it offers. It's a little bit high in price, considering that you can get other 529 devices. For example, the Engel Power Tab, which realistically runs with 1 pedal, and that's the big difference. This you can actually power, 5 pedals with easily, and it works noise-free. This, you put 2 pedals on and you have a problem. But if you want to run 1 pedal off of a power bank, then the Engel Power Tab totally works, and it's $16.90. Now, Mission Engineering also has a product like that, which can run, which you can actually switch output-wise from 9 to 18 volts, anything, which is kind of cool if you need that. However, and that's got USB-C, if you need that. However, that runs $79, which to power 1 pedal, I think is, again, Mission Engineering is the high-end shit. The negative thing on the Engel is the USB is a thingy, a converter-y thingy. It doesn't plug in USB directly, but we're not talking about that. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about the 529i. And I was like, if this is $179, then this has to be $250, $300. Because it's so much more. It's also bigger, and maybe the size of this is why the price is so high. But this has 8 outputs. That can power a decent board, especially if you can daisy chain some things, which you can always do with certain analog pedals. You just have to, trial and error. But it's got 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 500, 500 milliamp outputs. That's a whole bunch of power. That's a modern power supply. If I've ever seen one. It's got a 12-volt in, so you can power it with this wall wart. But it's got a built-in battery. Charges in about 2 to 3 hours. Turns on like this, and then you have the lights. And you can run it on a power bank. So this is a 529. It does 5-volt to 9-volt, but on 8 outputs isolated. You don't have to use a power bank if the battery life for you is enough. It's pretty impressive. And then I look at the price, and the price is $179. The same price as this. How does that make sense? So, I mean, if you got the space on the board, this will run off 5-volt, 8 outputs, 300 and 500 milliamps. You can power it with 12-volt, and it's got a built-in battery. They're kind of killing their own product, I think. However, this is neat and super light to have with you. I've got 2 of these. I've got one with me when I go to trade shows. I can throw this on the ground, quickly power a couple of pedals with a power bank, and not run any other cables. Very convenient. Now, this is even more convenient because it's got a built-in battery. So, Step number 1. We're going to charge it up fully, which it now is, but it wasn't because I used it up. And I ran it on a pedal board with, I think, 9 or 10 pedals. Yeah, I think 10 pedals. Yeah, 3 of them were daisy-chained on a 300 milliamp output. I ran 2 of the big Strymons. I think all together I ran 4 digital pedals. Digital pedals together on something like this are always the issue. Usually the battery power supplies can't handle that. You have these problems. So we're going to see if that's there. But first we're going to check the battery life. So I sat there for the entire time and every 5 minutes switched pedals. So it's a realistic gig setup. They were, not always all on. It says it's got 2 hours at 1,000 milliamps per. Let's see what a realistic board in a gig situation with 5-minute songs, switching pedals every 5 minutes, will do in terms of the length of time. There's a clock, you can see.
Give me space to breathe. Oh, floating in this tide of memory, stuck inside of what I thought was me. Oh, longing just this wants to be a circle pushed inside a square hole. Am I just talking to myself again? Tonight I'm feeling rather weak from breaking down the barriers that keep me trapped inside my little cage. I will find a way to make my peace tonight. Every now and then, emotions blur and come around again, perpetuating my lost sense of self. I am barely here, reaching out for something that can free me. Am I just talking to myself again? Tonight I'm feeling rather weak from breaking down the barriers that keep me trapped inside my little cage. I will find a way to make my peace tonight. Singing inside me, shattering all of me, becoming nothing. Shaking hands, it's nice to make acquaintance tonight.
So, an hour and 36 minutes until it was dead. They are saying 2 hours at 1,000 milliamp per. Realistically, that was probably a bit more, and it was a realistic board. So I'm saying they're probably right with their given figures. Now the next thing is, how does it sound? Obviously, we don't want any sound. We just want a clean signal. Let's try it. So, based on that test, any sound and buzz and hum you heard was based on the pedals. The fuzz was a little bit hummy. The guitar pickup, when I rolled on the guitar pickup, no problem at all. It's clean. It works. Now, at 179, this is good. A good, dependable power supply with that many milliamps will run you at least 179. No question about that. Now, this has the outputs. It has the 12 volt in, and it has the wall wart to charge it or just to run it. But you can also run it off of 5 volt, and you can charge it with 5 volt, which means if you have a gig at 3 hours, just take a big ass power bank, stick it on there, plug it in, the cables included, all the 9 volt cables are included too. It's the whole shebang. It's all in the box. Hour and a half with this. If you put a big ass power bank on there, I'm gonna say probably 5 hours, whatever. I mean, take a second power bank if you have a gig all day. That's so cool. Throw it on the stage. You have at least, with this kind of pedal board that I built, an hour and a half, which is a normal gig, no questions asked. But have a power bank ready if you see it going down, and you're good to go. That is cool. And when I critique the price point of the other products, this, at the same price, I'm going to say that's a steal. $179 is what you pay for a good power supply. This has a lot of outputs. Battery powered, you can actually use it as a power bank because it's got a USB out. You can charge it with USB. You can charge with the wall. It's all there. Well done, Mission Engineering. This will serve me nicely for, hey, let me power something over here. Let me power a whole board over here. There is no switching to 12 volt, 18 volt, whatever. I know some of you need this, then this is not for you. I personally have never used that except for the one pedal pawn pedal that only runs on 12 volt. But realistically, 99% of the time I run 9 and that's it. So this is a realistic case, I think. If you need anything more specific, okay, well then this isn't for you. Fine. But for most people, this is great. Like Tony the Tiger, great. Thanks, Mission Engineering. They paid for this video. They could not influence the outcome of my tests or my opinion. I'll put links below. Get it if you like. Use my links. That really helps. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye. Oh, no. We don't say bye-bye. What do we say? Animals at the end.
The coldest night of my life, I feel let down. It's no surprise, this Hollywood you never showed. There's an empty seat next to me, 6:30. She's late, it seems. The coffee's cold. It's no surprise, this Hollywood you never showed. I held my breath just for you. Invisible tonight. I held my breath just for you. the street. This Hollywood you never show.